Hi, this is Jason with RealInsideSalesTalk.com with Mark and Jason, and I want to tell you guys about something today. We're going to talk about the sales trail. You know, sales is an adventure. You know, we meet our client, we meet several clients every day. All we want to do is make sure that we close the deal, that we get that cash, that we get them to sign on the bottom line. So what we're thinking about when we're talking about the sales trail is it's trail. And the trail is winding. The trail takes you off in different directions that you didn't know about. The trail takes you in directions that you were kind of prepared for but didn't expect. What you want to do is you want to prevent wandering off the trail. You want to stay on the trail to get to the treasure at the end. So the first thing that's going to happen on the sales trail is you're going to meet that client. You're going to be excited, you're going to get to know them, you're going to find out what their motivations are, you're going to find out what their desires are, their dreams are, what their reason is for making that purchase, whether it's a home, whether it's a car, whether it's an appliance, whether it's a widget at the store, at the hardware store that you're trying to sell. So we meet them first, and we get to know them. When we're walking along here and we're talking to them, and then all of a sudden we find out they have objections. That means, oh, it costs too much, I can't afford it, oh, I'm just looking right now. They're going to have some sort of objections. They're going to say, hey, we think you're a great person, but, well, this isn't for us. So the first thing you're going to want to do on this trail that diverts off into this little objection land is you're going to overcome those objections. So you're going to find out, okay, if it's price, is it really price? Do they just not trust you? If you're going to find out that, okay, they like the home, but maybe the floor plan isn't for it. So you're going to want to overcome that objection. If it's the car and they don't like a particular color, how are you going to overcome that objection? You're going to want to list all these objections, 1, 2, and 3, and address each one of those objections. Because then what it's going to come down to is that final objection that you can get them to agree on. Okay, the first objection, we understand how to handle that. We can put a new carpet. First objection, okay, you don't like the color of the car, we can change the color of the car. When we get down to the final objection, we want to ask them, how do you want to handle this? What is your solution to this option? So you get that objection handled. You get all the objection handled, and then you go back up here again in the excitement of the purchase. So you're excited right now. You're excited, they're excited about making the purchase. They're excited about going forward. This is where, at this point, any sort of guilt that they might have about making this purchase is gone. All they're focused on is getting into the house, getting into the car. This is where you want to make sure they understand exactly what it is they're purchasing, if there's a warranty with it, if there's a guarantee with it, if there's whatever extras that you're selling them, to make sure that they know that this excitement, that this purchase that they're making, they're going to understand perfectly what their obligations are for it. If they're financing something, if they're purchasing a house, they know that they go through an inspection and appraisal process. If they're buying a car, they might have a 30-day exchange. So what you want to do is make sure they understand their obligation here. Once they understand the obligation, then they're going to be in this trough and they might have a little remorse. Now they might be second guessing. Maybe the wife is starting to think, well, honey, we can't afford this. Or maybe the husband's saying, well, I don't know, this kind of pushes my budget. This is more house than I want. This is more car than I want. Well, you overcome that, because what you've done here is you've got to know them. You've handled their objections, all their objections that they had. You've gone over that with them. You know that their dreams are to live in this house, or their dreams are to drive this certain car, or their dream is to make sure they have a dependable appliance. You handle all of that. You get them back up here, where their eye is on the prize. That means that they are ready to buy. They are ready to move in. You have cleared all of the misunderstandings. You've got them to trust you. They are your clients now. Now you are going to guide them through the process of closing. You're going to close them on the deal now. So that means you're going to get them to sign on the dotted line. You're going to get them to make that offer. You're going to get them to pull out their credit card to make that purchase. That's where you want to get them, is right there. So that way you close the deal. That's why we call it the sales trail. Because you're on a little adventure here. You're on a little roller coaster of getting that client to agree with you to say yes to buy your product that you have. And that, folks, is the sales trail from Jason with Real Inside Sales Talk with Mark and Jason. Thank you so much for watching. Check us out at RealInsideSalesTalk.com. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/ISA Talk.